Ho, 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 everyone, and welcome to the Christmas Spectacular Fun Times of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict. You may know me better as BHL Hudson. Here with me, as always, is my friend, co-host, and Christmas elf friend, Frederick.
I want everyone to know I did not stand for this. I did not know this was happening. I want to make it very clear that I don't know who he is and I don't know what he wants from me.
I'm so tired.
I hear the jingles of yesteryear.
I planned this out literal hours in advance, and now I'm so tired that I really did not. I was thinking I would come in with a big emphasis and like it would be a really jolly opening. And instead, I think I've depressed everyone's Christmases.
I don't know. I think it was. I don't think it'd get any more jolly, honestly.
But I did hope that the jingling of my keys would make up for the jingling of, you know.
Those were the keys and not your nether regions.
No, yeah, I did swing those in front of the microphone for about 20 minutes.
That was the sound of church bells.
Great. It's we're 1 minute 30 seconds in. We've already made a joke about my testicles, so this is off to a great start.
So we're
for Christmas.
The usual then.
So yeah. Well, here's the thing, everyone. We were going to do a Christmassy thing, a Christmassy pod, but I realized that we'd actually already done a Christmassy pod, and we'd basically covered all the Christmassy topics in that pod. So, didn't really think that one through. But,
ruh-roh.
Instead, we're going to be doing a classic news and then a topic pod. And we're going to try to just put a Christmassy, jolly twist on it. And maybe as we go along, we will unleash ourselves from our exhaustion. And we will just come alive with the spirit and love of Christmas.
Of Father Claus.
Of Father Claus. And the end of year pod where we do our award show. That will be the next episode, so don't worry, we didn't forget about that. This is just a classic episode, because we had to hit a little No Way Home review.
We do need to talk about it.
More like No Way Jingle Bells. There we go, Christmasified.
God, I love Christmas with you. Spider-Man No Way Home? More like Spider-Man No Way Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, am I right, guys?
I do. I am the most fun at every party. I think it's... Well, actually, can we open up, by the way, real quick?
I am the host with the most. Anyways, go on.
We were at a bit of a shindig the other day, and
we were at a shindig.
We won at beer pong again. Just want to put that out there. Big moves. It was pretty epic.
we won't talk about the 2 other times we lost at that same party, but
that
we did hit an epic victory.
It was pretty epic. I mean, we did also we did a classic where we built up to the victory every time. So we would just ask each other casually, like, should I do it? Oh, I guess I'll do it.
Should I end this game?
And then
after the 12th time,
we finally hit it, and it was the greatest moment.
Worked.
Yeah, good times, party fun times, Christmas times.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Jingle Bells.
More like Spider-Man right up the chimney. Am I right? All right. So
God, that sounds vaguely sexual.
That's the name of my Spider-Man Christmas-themed fan fiction. Anyway, also I would just like to point out that my notes here say, "Make it Christmassy news, No Way Home review." So really good pod coming up.
Okay, so we're going in depth today.
First of all, so their topics, their time codes down below. First of all, just a bunch of trailers. One could say, "Ho ho ho! I'm the trailer man here with all the trailers." First trailer out of the gate. Did you see?
I think we might lose subscribers after this episode.
Yeah, this is not going well. All right.
So the trailer man came by.
Alright, so okay, now I'm the trailer man.
You will not believe what he doth bring.
Alright, so the trailer man. Yeah. Okay. So how about? Okay, let's do some role playing here. You play.
Oh, okay. Yes, I play the submissive one.
No, this is so terrible. Okay, you play a very excited person waiting for Santa Claus to bring presents down the chimney. I am Santa Claus, and the presents are movie trailer news topic discussions.
Okay.
Ho, ho, ho.
Santa, why are you naked?
Alright, never mind. We'll move on. would just like to specify you were playing an adult character before that gets...
Right.
Anyway, first trailer, I'm shooting down the chimney. Did you see the Sonic 2 trailer? Sonic the Hedgehog.
I did see the Sonic 2 trailer.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Did you think...
Move on.
oh, another present. Did you think...
Oh my god, they're shooting down the chimney like fucking bullets. God damn.
Get down.
Santa locked and loaded.
Another Christmas-themed porno? The Sonic...
No, I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah, we have an introduction of new characters. Tails, so named for his famous appendages, and Knuckles.
And Knuckles, known for that because he does have spiky knuckles. They're very innovative.
He is voiced by Idris,
Who's Tails voiced by?
I guess I'll look it up. I got nothing better to do. I mean, as the Christmas Santa man.
The grouchiest Santa. Santa, what's the deal with this present? Shut the f*** up.
I guess I'll f***ing look it up. It doesn't say... Oh, it's Colleen O'Shaughnessy. Principal O'Shaughnessy? Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Principal O'Shaughnessy?
She's in nothing else, really. Cool.
Oh,
no, she was the Wasp on Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. But, it also features Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, James Marsden returning as Tom, the legendary character. And, having not seen the first film, it looks just exactly like the first one, which was probably okay. So that's
yeah, I've seen it, but I remember very little about it.
They're leaning heavily into, like, the Sonic lore. Like, I know there's, like, a green gem that's part of the Sonic, the Sonic stuff.
The heavy Sonic lore. There's some golden rings there.
Jeez, they really went over the top on this one.
Jim Carrey is quite good in the first movie, I think, but
there we go.
I don't know what they're gonna. Yeah, so let's go for it. Go Jim.
Go Jim. Next up, shooting down the chimney. It's the biggest present you could ever ask for. It's a Fantastical Beasts trailer. It's full of the present. You open the present, and a giant beast comes out, and it mauls your face and kills your family. I don't f***ing know. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Santa. I love this.
I imagine just a mall Santa, some kid sitting on his lap, and he's just so fucking sick of his job, and he's like, I don't know, a fucking bear comes out of the gift, and then it eats your dad. Goodbye. Did you see Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore? I swear to God, I was about to call it Jumbledore because I was going to say Jude Law. So Jumbledore, that's from now on.
The Secrets of Jumbledore.
Dumbledore sounds like Dumbledore, but he just like falls over a bunch of stuff. Hashtag Fumbledore. Sorry, if the character of Dumbledore ever does anything bad, we need to
use
call
hashtag f up a door.
Hashtag Massive Elidor. Did you see the trailer for Fantastic Beasts?
I would absolutely watch a movie with a man called Massive Elidor in it. I did also see this trailer.
God, we're doing way better than we usually do.
About. Yeah.
And by that you mean you saw it when it shot out of the chimney. Let's see how long we can keep this vague premise going, if that even counts as a premise.
No, oh my God, I love when it's shot down the... Was it shooting out of the chimney or into the chimney?
I don't know. It's in your stocking.
Is just... Oh, again, sounds weirdly threatening. Whatever we're talking about, it's in your stocking.
Fantastic Beasts. So I thought it looked actually pretty good considering the last one was hot garbage.
Yeah, honestly, hot garbage. Yeah, like the last one, awful. I still haven't seen the first one, so I can't really say anything. But this one, with the addition of the Mayors Migleton.
I love how you said it so loud that your mic literally cut out, so all I heard was But so are you not upset about honestly, the lack of Jonathan Demme?
I am very much upset about the lack of a Johnny, but if there's going to be a good replacement, I think Mads Mikkelsen's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good in the role. I mean, there was a whole thing I saw, it was like, justice for Johnny Depp, and they were like, there's only one Grindelwald, and he looks like this, and there's a picture of Johnny Depp. I'm like, come on, he did not that much in that movie. And
yeah,
like,
I won't lie. Like, I didn't think he was a bad Grindelwald, but Grindelwald did not get a lot to do.
like
in
he's
that
in nothing.
movie.
Like,
So
I get it if you're upset about like the Johnny Depp thing or whatever. That's a whole separate thing. But like for the character itself, it's not like they replaced like a Captain America
not like
or
they-
someone for like who's been around for
Yeah.
a lot of movies, and it's literally just
it's not like they did like a Johnny Depp and like took Johnny Depp out of Pirates franchise or something like that.
It's like, is that the only way Grindelwald could look? Also, he looks fucking stupid in that movie. I'm just putting it out there. He's got too much going on. It's like he looks like he just took everything out of a Halloween store and put it on. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I'm a little grumpy.
Sorry, I'm a bit of a Grindelwald hater. It's
But I thought it also generally looked more interesting. It has a bit more Dumbledores you'd expect. Fumbledore. It has like, I don't know, a bit of a team up aspect to it that looks a bit fun. It looks more fun than the last one, which was just
it does look more
boring.
fun and a bit more action and just it looks exciting. I'm here for it.
Yeah, Magic World, good stuff. Then
When is it comes out?
I believe April.
April. Okay, hopefully cinemas will be open by then.
Yeah, cinemas just closed down again, so that's fucking
So
brilliant.
that's great.
Then breaks down.
Next thing in my lap, Santa's got severe depression.
Then we have the trailer for Operation Fortune Ruse de Guerre.
That's a lot of fortunes in one title. I think they should change that.
Statham, Ritchie, Grant movie. What'd you think of this one?
Oh my God, Santa, an amazing present you've brought here. I think it actually looks... I'm excited for it. Like, as we've said before, the Dude Pori movies are often hit or miss. Gentlemen, huge hit. Whatever the other one was called, Wrath of Man, huge miss. I reckon he's following the rhythm here, and it's going to be a huge hit, because it looks quite fun. Grant looks like he's doing a similar performance to a Fletcher Mundo in this, I think. And I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, that's very exciting. I think it looks much more like a movie he actually wanted to make than the ones where it's like, look, it's fucking like Aladdin or Wrath of Man or whatever, where it just looks like he kind of did it for a paycheck a little bit.
Look, it's Aladdin.
Direct quote from the movie Aladdin. Just someone points out screen. Look, it's Aladdin.
Oh my goodness. It's Aladdin.
And this one looks, it looks as Guy Ritchie as it gets. It's all fast cuts and sharp, witty dialogue, and it has Bugsy Malone and Jason Statham interacting. I feel like that's a cool like Dude Pori universe crossover.
It is.
Statham looks like he's playing the same guy he plays and everything, but it doesn't.
Statham can't really play many other dudes, but I still think he'll pull it off nicely. I think he'll probably fit well in this movie.
Yeah, it doesn't
because it seems more lighthearted than Wrath of Man.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't look as good as The Gentleman, but it looks like quite a lot of fun. So, big excitement on that one. We're gonna take a little break. Santa's gonna take a little break from shooting trailers directly at your face as if they were machine gun bullets.
Okay.
To shoot some Golden Globe nominees right out the chimney.
Ooh.
So did you?
I swear, there's so much sexual.
Yeah. No. Okay.
in
Yeah.
this pod.
We gotta stop this.
No. We gotta continue it. I love it.
All right. They're not. Okay. Santa has snuck in. That's not a good start.
Oh goodness.
And you can't run. No, Santa,
and you're tied down to the floor.
But you're happy about it, and it's consensual. I like how we're beyond the point of just stopping doing this horrible bit, and we've just gone to like, okay, let's at least make sure that like you're happy about it. So, did you see? So, okay, Santa, he went down the chimney and he put like Golden Globe nominees as Christmas tree decorations. So,
Okay, what's on the Christmas tree, Santa?
I'm so glad you asked. We have Best Picture dramas. That being, of course, Belfast, Coda, Dune, King Richard, and Power of the Dog, the. So, have you seen any of those?
Power of the Dog, the.
I have seen half of The Power of the Dog, and I plan on watching the other half soon, but it's pretty good so far.
I've seen Dune, and that's about it.
Yeah, I want to watch all the other ones. I'll hopefully get to them. Then Best Picture Musical Comedy, we had Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza, Tick Tick
Is Don't Look Up a musical?
Boom. No, Don't Look Up is a comedy, I'm assuming.
Oh, okay.
Tick Tick Boom, West Side Story, and Cyrano, which is about Peter Dinklage, but he sings.
I like it. I don't think that description has changed any of the times you've told me about that movie. It's Peter Dinklage, but he sings.
There's not much else to it really that I've seen, but apparently it's good.
Tick Tick Boom. What is that? Is that a?
It's Andrew Garfield, and he sings about writing a musical or something.
Hear me out. It's Andrew Garfield, but he sings.
It's my favorite genre of film.
An actor, but they sing.
Then, I mean, there's not much else noteworthy. Mahersh is nominated. That's something.
Okay. Not surprising. He is very talented.
Emma Stone is nominated for Cruella, so that's kind of an interesting choice. I guess she was pretty good in that.
I think she was decent, yeah.
I don't really see anything else kind of memeable here, but besides, of course, all of the nominees for Best Short Documentary, which are hilarious. But I guess, okay, and the television, the television programs. We had Lupin, The Morning Show, Pose, Squid Game, Succession, The Great, Hacks, Only Murders in the Building, Reservation Dogs, and Ted Lasso. I've only seen Squid Game of those, but I do plan on watching Ted Lasso.
I hear good things about Ted Lasso. That's like he goes and becomes a English football coach, right? But he's American.
Something like that,
Something
yeah.
like that?
It's supposed to be kind of wholesome, kind of funny, so I'm all for that.
All right.
It's my favorite genre of Jason Sudeikis properties. So, yeah.
Right after Jason Sudeikis, but he sings.
I'm sure that exists somewhere on the dark web. Then, oh my god, Santa's back in the chimney and he's throwing trailers directly at you. Take cover.
Oh my god, Santa stops. Santa.
Santa, it tickles. We have...
Okay, Santa.
Did you see the Nicolas Cage movie about Nicolas Cage?
I did. Did you send this to me? I feel like you sent this to me.
No, I would never. If I didn't send you the Dude Pori movie, I didn't send you The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I probably did, actually. Let's be real.
I saw this, strangely enough. And oh no, sorry, you didn't send it to me. I saw it on YouTube. I was like, I'm not going to click that. Then I opened Instagram, and then Lad Bible says, Nicolas Cage plays himself? ? Then I had to watch the trailer.
You had to know.
It honestly looks kind of delightful.
I'm pretty on board. Like, it looks, very silly, obviously, but very meta.
But him and Pedro, good old time.
Yeah, a Pedro team up. Yeah, a meta Nicolas Cage thing. It's nice to see he's aware of the kind of meme of a human being he is.
It's nice to know that he knows his place in the societal food chain at the very bottom,
just above Peter Dinklage, but significantly below
Peter Dinklage singing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. God. Anyway, yeah, it looks pretty good. It's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Then Santa's almost run out of trailers, but he's got one more left. It's The Lost City.
Oh my God.
And he hurls it like a fastball, and it shatters your window and kills the neighbor's dog in the process.
Goodness, Santa, good pitch. It's a goal. What did you say it was called? I was too busy listening to the description.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy with how this is going. The Lost City. I think you should check it out because I think it looks, if cinemas were open and we didn't live in different countries and life was perfect, I think it looks like a really good Woody movie. Because it stars Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock, and Daniel Radcliffe, and there's a cheeky cameo at the end, which is of course Brad Pitt. But the trailer is
I haven't seen this, but it does sound quite good.
It's an action comedy where Sandra Bullock is like a writer of like action adventure novels and or movies, and then Channing Tatum is the actor who plays it, but then she gets kidnapped, and so Channing Tatum has to actually be like an action hero and save her. And
so it's got a little bit of a Tropic Thunder thing going for it.
And Daniel Radcliffe is the villain. He looks kind of nutty. And then at the end, Brad Pitt comes in and saves the day, and he's looking very
pretty.
Very pity, like a bit of like an older Brad Pitt, but in a sexy way, like in that George Clooney kind of older.
Or just that Brad Pitt. kind of way.
That's true, actually. He's equally sexy, if not more so, than George Clooney. Sorry, George.
I would definitely say more. I think he's also older than George Clooney. Don't you think?
Yeah, so he has you beaten everything, George. Deal with it. And finally...
Santa drops Mike.
Keep forgetting I'm Santa, sorry. Keep forgetting this horrible roleplay premise that I laid out for this episode that I came up with. And finally, Santa brings a bit of a strange story to tell the world on Christmas, the most Christmassy of tales, about actress Letitia Wright not wanting to get vaccinated and Disney demanding vaccination going forward, so will be in Black Panther 2, but also will not be in future films.
Oh.
So Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri...
What a lovely Christmas story.
Santa sits down, opens
so
the
basically
big
the replacement,
storybook.
the replacement in the Black Panther universe is an anti-vaxxer and is now getting booted from the entire MCU.
Yeah, so she
is what I'm hearing.
Because they've already started production of Black Panther 2, it doesn't apply for this one, but in the future, if you aren't vaccinated, you can't be on set, and so she, I guess, it seems, will choose not to do that, which is...
Okay, I'm sorry, but, like...
Yeah.
Is that not stupid?
Well, it's stupid for many reasons. One of them being the ultimate bag fumble, just saying. I mean, like, you're really going to throw away millions
of dollars
for doing something that you already should do. You know what I mean? Like,
for doing something that's literally... Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That is atrociously and criminally stupid.
Yeah, so Shuri... I'm not Shuri about this one.
Shuri, I'm sure you ought to get that head checked out of yours.
I'm sure she'll be getting some coal in her stocking. Because I'm Santa, so I know.
Right.
Well, on that really cheerful Christmas note, ho, 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 Santa, oh my god, what do you have in the sleigh? That's, no, there's
my god. Oh my, is that Mrs. Claus? Dead?
I just love this horrible adventure that once again I just picture like you in your current state just going outside and seeing Santa Claus, like, Santa, what's in the sleigh? And it's just Mrs. Claus dead. Oh my god. Jesus.
Mrs. Claus, but dead. Peter Dinklage, but singing.
God, what a delightful Christmas gift. So, okay, Santa.
You open up the box. Peter Dinklage just unfurls like a worm. Starts singing.
And then unfurling on top of him is Pedro Pascal or whoever else we said. No, Jason Sudeikis.
What a weird mix-up you did there.
They're all just...
Jason Sudeikis. I mean, sorry, Pedro Pascal. But dead.
You open your Christmas present and it's just Peter Dinklage standing next to Pedro Pascal's corpse. There are so many questions you would have.
Peter Dinklage is singing his heart out.
Oh, okay.
But it's all NWA songs.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Oh my goodness, Peter.
So, in my sleigh here, I have today's topic. And that topic...
No, you don't.
...is the movie Spider-Man No Way Home. Look, I brought you Tom Holland's thumb.
I brought you Tom Holland's nipple.
God, we've really... I feel like every year we have to bring back this character of, like, sadistic, murderous, evil Santa Claus.
Slightly seductive Santa. We're just alliteration Santa, only with S.
Yeah.
Sexual, seductive...
savage Santa.
Silly.
Goof. Anyway.
Oh yeah, let me get my alliteration on. Silly, seductive, goof Santa.
So, we're going to talk about No Way Home. Spider-Man 3 hit cinemas. Should we go spoilers just from the jump? I think we should, because everyone's seen it now, and you can't really talk about it without spoiling it. So, we're talking spoilers for the newest Spider-Man film, No Way Home. Spoilers, click to the Timecodes if you don't want it spoiled. 3, 2, 1, okay.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Sorry, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm really sorry to say this, but because I exhaled at the same time as you saying that, it sounded to me like you said Tobey Maguire. I'm sorry. I'm not happy about it, but it's a fact and I had to point it out.
I'm happy about it. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. I timed it perfectly. My mathematical calculations spot on.
So, overall, what did you think? We haven't really talked about it in depth because we wanted to save our thoughts for the pod.
Yeah.
So, overall, what did you think?
Genuinely, one of my favorite Marvel movies ever. Like, the best one I've seen in a very long time. I really, really liked it. It was, it's up there in the probably top 3 for me, honestly. It was
top 3. God,
I think so.
damn.
I think. Oh no, at least top 5, maybe top 3.
All right. Well, let me actually pull up my MCU ranking just so I can see where I've put it.
Whips up long scroll.
Santa style. It's on the nice list. Sorry.
Damn, that is. Yeah. So this movie. It's on the nice list. No, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it's a movie that you cannot really understand or enjoy if you haven't seen the other Marvel movies. But then again, so is every Marvel movie now. And therefore, it works. And I think the story's great, the action's really good. The cameos made me go insane. And the only thing I have a bit of a problem with is the ending. But we can talk about that later on if you want.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty similar on it. Yeah, I loved it. Maybe it's a little too soon, which is why I wouldn't say it's like in my top tier, but look at my ranking here that I'll put in my review. I've put it number 8. But taking out Infinity War and Endgame, above that, there are no movies that really have come out that recently. Like, it's like Guardians, Winter Soldier, Iron Man, that kind of thing. So yeah, of like the recent properties, definitely one of my favorite ones. I mean, it is essentially Spider-Man Endgame. It's like the big kind of climactic film. And yeah, like you said, I mean, I think the reason it works so well is because, in addition, it's not just cameos and fan service. It's like, it's a ton of that, but because it does pay attention to having like an interesting story and a character arc underneath that.
It ties itself in very well into the story. So it doesn't like, while it's obviously like, I think as much as I loved it, and as much as as I would not change it at all, one of the only cameos that really just kind of like took me out of the story was when a certain Matt Murdock appeared. I was like, oh my god, because I felt like, whilst I loved it and I wouldn't change it, it did feel a little bit like a little forced. I think.
I mean, it is. Again, like, it's sort of, you can't really say this about MCU stuff because it applies to all of it, but if you hadn't seen... But then again, like, Daredevil, kind of a relatively niche thing compared to how mainstream No Way Home is. So for the people who haven't seen it, which I assume is quite a few, it will just be kind of weird that there's this... Okay, he has his lawyer here, and then his lawyer catches a brick out of thin air, even though he's blind, and it's like, huh. Yeah. Kind of strange.
Interesting.
But, I mean, can we just say, though, Charlie Cox is back.
Charlie Cox,
Matt
he's
Murdock.
back.
And it was a fucking awesome cameo. I mean, it was
such a good cameo. I loved it. It was so legit. I fist bumped the air when I saw the Cox.
I mean, I saw it with my mom, and I kind of very coolly, as you do, I like leaned over and I was like, "That's Daredevil." I was like, I had to tell someone because I was like, he's here, and it was just really cool to see him like on the big screen. It was cool to see him back. We haven't seen him for a while. It's cool to see him interacting with Happy Hogan. No, yeah, it was just, it was great. And
it was so good.
Should we talk other cameos while we're here? And by cameos, I mean pretty major players in the film. First of all, let's start with the villains. We have Doc Ock. Goblin-y boy, Sandman, the Lizard.
Goblin-y boy, probably the main villain.
And Electro. I liked that Doc Ock and Green Goblin had like a very similar performance to what they had in the Raimi films. It feels a little weirdly out of place occasionally, but like it made them feel like the same characters, which was cool.
Can I just say, I think Willem Dafoe is genuinely like terrifying as the Goblin. Like when he does like his Goblin voice or like his insane voice, it's like I'm like, holy shit.
He is
Willem.
He is a pretty frightening individual, and I say this with like reverence and respect. He does look a bit like a goblin, and it's like, it is a perfect.
I say this with love and affection. You look like a gnome, my guy. You look like you ought to be in my factory helping with the presents.
But yeah, no, he was fantastic, and I thought the de-aging was also really good on on Jamie Foxx especially. But yeah, what do you think of Jamie Foxx's Electro, who takes a turn from being the easily the worst Spider-Man villain to kind of I mean, he basically just feels like Jamie Foxx,
Yeah, it's basically just Jamie Foxx, but he's got electricity coming out of him. I liked him. I really enjoyed him. He was quite good.
I thought he was good. I thought Sandman was okay. Didn't do much to talk about.
Yeah, Sandman didn't do much. Lizard did not do much either.
They were all good. It was obviously cool to see them. And we should just say overall, like, it was insane to see all of this come together. Like, having followed these films for most of my life, seeing the villains, seeing the heroes cross over, there was this insane, cool, crazy aspect to it that is just kind of like. I just want to put it out there because I think we'll talk more specific stuff. So yes, it was just very cool to see all. No,
it was so fun seeing like the people from like a movie that was almost 20 years ago in the first Spider-Man, because that was 2002, right? Come back to this, it was so good. Yeah, and I've watched like Spider-Man 2. I remember I watched from my cousin when we were like 7. It was on TV and we got like terrified of the chainsaw scene, and it's cool to see these characters. There's a reason they did it, it's like nostalgia and all that, but it's effective and it's exciting and fun fan service. And then, of course, we have the Spider-Men. We do have the Spider-Men.
Andrew, and Tom.
Oh. Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, with Garfield being the obvious 3.
Well, I very much enjoyed the angle that they took where, first of all, they played into the fact that they're very different types of people, even though they're the same character. They have very different personalities, and like Tobey Maguire is like so sweet and kind of like happy-go-lucky, almost like a bit dorky, in like a charming way, and then Andrew Garfield is like trying to be cool but is kind of insecure and
is trying to make some friends,
and like just isn't great at everything, and is just like happy to be there now that he has friends. I don't know, like the way they poked fun at the various Spider-Men and their tropes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the way they made fun of a lot of the obviously bad things from previous movies, it's just so fun.
When he mentioned the Russian in the rhinoceros costume, that
was like,
got me good.
They were talking about how they fought aliens, and then he's like, I fought a Russian in a rhinoceros costume. Yeah, and I did laugh very hard.
I was just seeing them interacting also. That's the great thing, where it wasn't just like here they are, like, isn't that cool, they're here together, but like they wrote it in a way where they had some of the best chemistry like in an MCU film I've seen of like a friend dynamic. Or it was
really, really good.
Yeah, that's the thing, actually, maybe you could still enjoy it if you hadn't seen the others, obviously not in the same way, but because of how fun their banter and their like back and forth is, you kind of just enjoy it as its own buddy dynamic, as if it was just written for this film, and it's just extra cool because they're characters from
I agree,
from other movies.
No, it was very, and it's also just some of the action scenes where all of them are together.
Yeah, them swinging down and
where they're like, first they're like, we're terrible at this, and then they decide who is Spider-Man 3, obviously, and then as they all jump from the crane and like help each other in the web swing, it's like, that is very, very good.
It was such a cool moment. Like, it was perfect. That's the thing. This movie is. I've never felt more confident saying this about a film. It is 100% what fans want going in, and like. For a movie that had such high expectations, it completely lives up to them.
Delivered.
And just seeing them like working on signs together, and they were just great together, and they had some emotional moments together, talking about their losses and that kind of thing. Just excellent, excellent done. There was an element of it that this is not a bad thing, but it was almost too weird seeing them together. It almost felt like a fan fiction or something, like not in a bad way, but I was just like,
Santa did not appreciate how well he'd made this present.
I was just like, I don't know, something about them crossing over from other franchises. It's almost like if Superman showed up, just because they're from a different, or at least they're from like a different like studio, like you. It feels like if it's like a fourth wall break.
This isn't even the same studio. What are you doing here?
Because there's almost like, like there were real world, things. It's not like when the Avengers come together, because they've always been the same world. But like when there were like real world things between the movies, it feels almost like a fourth wall break or something.
And how when like the original movies here, or like when the Amazing Spider-Man and the Tobey Spider-Man, sorry, that's not how I should call it, the Tobey Spider-Man. But when they were made, the MCU and this crossover was not ever like in mind.
Yeah.
And then it happening.
It was crazy.
Cool, but I see why you would be like, yo,
was that Toby?
Yo, is that my boy Andrew? The Gar?
I don't know. This is the most I've ever liked Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, by the way. Like, by a mile.
Yeah. I mean, it's not difficult either.
No, those movies were...
I think he's a decent Spider-Man, but like, bah.
Yeah, he wasn't the problem with those movies. Although he did kind of like... They did try to make him a bit too, like, cool and mysterious. And it's like, come on, it's Peter Parker.
Come on. Look, I love the part when the three of them are standing there. He goes, "I love you guys."
Yeah.
I'll just say, thank you.
It was so delightful, yeah. And not to take away from Tom, he was also great, but it's just sort of, when you have all this other crazy shit going on, it's easy to forget to mention him. And then, I mean, God, yeah, there was so much going on, but what do you think of the story of trying to cure the villains?
I won't lie. I was sitting there. I was thinking, oh yeah, okay, it's a nice idea, but they're gonna be sent back to their original universe anyways. Like right before they die fighting Spider-Man, they said. So would it not just like take away their powers and send them right back, and then leave them helpless in a fight?
And then Maguire just punches some poor civilian's fucking head off.
Maguire just punches straight through Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of like the moral, compass, and like his lesson of don't take revenge, and like you should try to help people and be a hero.
And obviously, yeah, like with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, but I have to say, like, I did find it a little goofy and a little thin of like these villains who have like murdered, like they paint out like Strange as like this, cold and calculated and bad. He's like their sacrifice will mean more live, and it's like that immediately makes you think, oh, but like maybe one shouldn't die so others can live. But like if you think about it, I mean, they murdered so many people, and there's a reason that it was heroic when Spider-Man killed them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the whole point. Like, you're bad guys.
Yeah,
it's what we do.
And so just because Aunt May's like, look, Willem Dafoe pretending to be nice, you should save them. And then like I do get it for kind of like Doc Ock, where it's like, and even Green Goblin.
I mean, Doc Ock. I think Doc Ock is obviously like,
they were good, and then like they were corrupted by something. Yeah. But still, like, I don't know, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but was the Lizard Man not evil before he was a lizard? Like, was his plan not?
I think it was like
he turned himself into a lizard because he was evil? He didn't become when he was a lizard, was he?
No, he wanted to turn like the entire human race into lizards or something like that, didn't he?
Yeah, like, I don't know, that one's a bit, I don't know, I guess it makes sense, but it was a little bit when Aunt May is like, you need to help people, and like Spider-Man is going against Doctor Strange. I was kind of like, well, Doctor Strange, he kind of has a point. I don't know, maybe I'm just a bad person. But
I'm kind of with Steven on this one.
Well, also, can we talk about the action scene of Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange was probably my favorite in the film. It was amazing, but the fact that Spider-Man can beat Doctor Strange in his own dimension,
it's maths. I love it.
Ridiculous.
That was I was sitting there. I sat there and I cringed hard, is what I say.
I mean, we've seen like Doctor Strange like f***ing going against Thanos and like turning himself into a million Doctor Stranges and turning Thanos's powers into birds and all this. It's like you could have done a million things to stop him, like in 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That kind of bugged me. I was like, how the f*** are you gonna say that? I screamed it at the screen. Actually, I screamed it at my mom sitting next to me. I was like,
you sat there and just screamed your mom in the ear. She's now got tinnitus because of it.
But it was an amazing action scene.
I did think that. I was sitting there like, it was a really good action scene, but it was kind of like, it did feel a little cheap at the end, where it just kind of like, it was used as a way to just get rid of Doctor Strange for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, it was like,
the only way he beat him is with math. It's like,
yeah. It's like the Weekly Planet say they Professor X'd him, where in all the X-Men films, they find some contrived excuse to take Professor X out of it because he would solve everything immediately. And it's like, now that you've shown that Doctor Strange can do all of this crazy stuff. Also, now I loved it, by the way. I'm not trying to always be negative. Just my only other kind of like gripe with it. My only gripes were really just like story points. The Doctor Strange thing was one of them, and then the fact that that's the way the spell gets out of hand, is basically the way they showed in the trailer, where Peter's just talking when Doctor Strange could have asked him, like, just 10 seconds. It would have taken 10 seconds for this whole thing not to happen. Like,
Yeah.
that was kind of, a bit silly. But I guess it's a silly comic book movie. But overall, not that we're done here, but overall, amazing, I would say.
Yeah, same. Not that we don't have more to talk about. Let's talk about Ned. Is it Ned?
Let's talk about Ned.
Let's talk about Ned. It is Ned, right?
Yes.
Is it Ned?
Let's
Okay,
talk about
Ned and MJ.
baby.
Let's talk about you and Ned.
I mean, I have to say, they're starting to not look like young people that they're supposed to be at this point. Like, they kind of look like they're 23 now. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think it didn't take me out of the movie. I wasn't sitting there like, oh my god, Ned, you old bastard.
No, it didn't take me out, but I was thinking they can't keep this up for too much longer without me getting onto their case. But
I will start thinking they're not in high school anymore. I genuinely thought the chemistry between MJ and Peter, insane. It was so good. Not insane. Who am I kidding? But
weird word to use there. It was fucking bananas.
I thought it was really, really well done. Some of the best romantic chemistry I think we've seen in the MCU.
Yeah, I would agree.
And that's why I think it's been built up over 2/3 movies now, and that's why the ending bugged me so much as well. Do we want to talk ending now? Do we want to?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I would agree on the romantic chemistry. It was really, really good, and they've built up naturally. It didn't feel forced at all. They're really good. I mean, they're dating in real life, so it makes sense that they have good chemistry.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it was super sweet, and you believe it for what their characters are and how they are. It doesn't feel like they just changed to 180. You believe how it's progressed. And the ending,
exactly.
Weird. I have to say, weird choice. I don't necessarily dislike it, but I thought you've kind of written yourselves into a hole here, where whatever you do, I feel like it's not going to be great, because either you have to spend a large part of the next film him getting to know his friends again, which seems kind of pointless and redundant, or you just fix it right away, and then this feels pointless,
Or you don't fix it, which would
you
be
just write them out.
Sad. Well, I don't want this to happen, but it could be that they just do something like that, which I think would be so sad and stupid.
I don't think they'll do that, because the way she did it, where she was like, I love you, and then she's like, tell me when I remember you, whatever. They're going to have a big moment where the whole audience is going to cheer, where he's going to go, I love you too, and then they embrace and kiss, and everything's right again.
I really hope they just get all their memories back, and they don't have to learn.
Yeah,
new.
I would take that
because
over.
I don't know. It just seems so weirdly. Obviously, it complicates things for the future, but it was also just a weirdly melancholic ending to such a otherwise fun and upbeat thing. Obviously, I know it ends with him going out. Spider-Man, he does a cool swing, but the gist and atmosphere of it is very just kind of sad to me.
Yeah, he's lost literally everyone who makes him happy.
Legit, no one knows who he is, and he's got I thought it was so it disguised itself a little bit, but I thought it was genuinely bit of a heartbreaking ending, and I was like, damn, this sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of it's funny, because I watched It's a Wonderful Life, classic movie, a few days beforehand, and the whole spoilers for that movie from 1948 or something, but the whole big ending of it is an angel shows this guy what his life would be like if he'd never existed, and no one knows who he is, and it's a horrible nightmare, and that's what wakes him up to his reality. And it's kind of funny that this movie ended before the feel-good ending where that's reversed. You know what I mean? That's the whole point, is then they change it back, and then he's all happy and everyone loves him again, and everything's good. And this one, they just leave it at, well, this is pretty sad, isn't it?
This is very sad, and I don't know. It was I kind of sat there. It was because after such a euphoric and triumphant movie throughout and ending, it just the ending fight and stuff like that. That ending just kind of I don't know. It leaves you feeling a bit empty, I have to say.
Yeah, I would agree. A bit of an odd choice. Curious to see what they do with that. Do we want to talk post credits real quick? There was Venom.
There was Venom,
which is, I have to say, even though I don't like those movies, I do quite like this character. He's growing on me. I, have to say.
I do like the Venom character in general.
But now
Tom
he's
Hardy
gone.
has fun with it.
Tom Hardy's out.
He is gone,
which kind of sucks because I mean I guess like they put the Venom symbiote there, but they got rid of like what I actually care about with Venom, which is his Tom Hardy dynamic. So that's kind of weird. But I guess there's.
Do you think he'll just find? Do you think he'll find a Tom Hardy in the MCU?
Maybe, or they'll find some way to bring him back. I don't know. You know, you never know. Anything can happen now. You know what I mean? Like they can do whatever they want.
I really do want him and
Tom
Holland to fight and or just team up. You know, whatever they want to do.
That'd be delightful.
But like, because I think all the charm with Venom is the dynamic with Tom, and without Tom, Venom sucks balls.
Yeah, he is absolutely nothing. And then there was the Doctor Strange 2 trailer after that, which looked cool, but also you shouldn't have put that there because everyone was spent. Like the whole movie was like amazing moment after amazing moment. No one has any energy left to give, even to quite a cool trailer after all of that.
Yeah, exactly. I'd also just want some more like post-credit like actual stuff instead of a trailer.
Yeah, I thought maybe they could have put Doctor Strange like just meeting up with Wanda, like a bit of that scene that could have been like kind of
been fine,
better. But yeah, but the Tom Hardy one was great. And also, if we hadn't had, even though it was the best part of that movie, if we hadn't had that ending scene from Venom 2, if we'd just seen this, that would have been like the most amazing cameo ever.
I would have gone bonanzas if I had seen that.
Also, and this is a very random note, but just something that I remember that made me kind of chuckle. 2 moments in very close succession. At the end, when Tom Holland is beating the shit out of Willem Dafoe, I thought it was when Toby and Andrew look at each other and like kind of nod at each other. I just imagined that they were going to jump in and start beating the shit out of Willem Dafoe also. And I enjoyed the idea.
Gonna jump in and start beating the shit out of Tom?
Yeah. And also, it made me laugh that, well, you know, it's all like dramatic and poetic that he's gonna kill him with his own glider just like he died with his own glider before. I thought it was kind of funny when Tom picked up this enormous fucking super inconvenient glider to try and kill Dafoe with it. It's like, that looks like the least practical possible way to murder him. Like, you could just punch his skull clean off, you know? And you have to pick up this giant hulking piece of machinery. But
like, Tom, you idiot. you can get out of the quantum realm, or whatever it is, the mirror realm, or
because you know math,
whatever you nerds call it, because you know math. But then you do that, clearly not knowing physics very well.
Figure out that you could punch Willem Dafoe's heart clean out. Also, I know he has like, you know, goblin powers and whatnot, but because I know like Willem Dafoe is, you know, however old he is.
But because I know Willem Dafoe.
Like, seeing him beating the shit out of Tom Holland was just kind of a little strange occasionally. I don't know. It just felt a little bit like stunt doubly, you know, because I know it's not Willem Dafoe doing it. Like, I don't know. I guess that's not really a smart complaint. I know Willem Dafoe wasn't actually beating up Tom Holland, so this movie sucks.
I know Willem Dafoe is not actually the Green Goblin, which kind of took me out of the movie.
But I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Brick Catch, we mentioned that. J.K. Simmons, he was in it. He was pretty good.
He was.
Anything else you got?
I forget. Is J.K. Simmons, does he show up in previous Marvel movies?
Yeah, he showed up in Far From Home, so he didn't come from the Raimi verse. I mean, sorry, go ahead.
Because he just shows up at the very end, right?
Yeah, but so he was always there. So he's a character from the MCU. So I guess it's just a coincidence.
Obviously, I like him being there, but like they also show that he's just like in his bedroom or something like that.
Well, they were doing like an Alex Jones joke where it's like, you know, look, he's a crazy like conspiracy theorist. I mean, yeah, he's very clearly meant to be an Alex Jones parody, which, you know, was kind of. I don't know. I guess I kind of like the character of J.K. Simmons, so to associate him with, like, Alex Jones is sort of a little bit like... Because I don't know, even though J. Jonah Jameson is, like, a, you know, kind of bad person, he's sort of, like, fun and, like, a likable character in a weird way. And so to, like, associate him with, like, fucking Alex Jones, it's kind of, like, just makes it, like...
I feel dirty liking this.
Well, I don't like him now, you know? Which is, like, yeah. But anyway, I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, like them arriving, like the scene of Andrew and Toby arriving was pretty great.
Yeah, it was
Pretty funny too.
as they walked through the portals.
Again,
Because
yeah.
I did think it was just Peter, like Tom to begin with, and then like 2 seconds passed. I was like, wait a minute, it's happening.
And like the whole cinema started clapping, which was pretty cool because in Denmark generally they don't really do that much. And so
exactly.
pretty
Everyone was
moment.
like exclaiming in the cinema I was in. It was like, oh, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And there was, just a funny scene too. Andrew Garfield, really, really funny in this movie. Really like a one of his career best performances, I dare say. It was just really delightful. And there was something else I was going to say. Aunt May, dead.
I had another very good point. Aunt May, deceased.
Great movie reviewing here. I thought that was a very emotional scene, though, actually, because Tom Holland.
I think so as well.
He's great at.
I teared up a few moments in this movie,
Yeah, but Tom Holland's like sad, crying acting is. It always kind of just hits you there, and because you've seen their relationship grow, and it's been like kind of relatable at times, and it was a sad moment. Happy didn't die, so I'm happy about that. Heyo.
I'm sad about that.
Wong was there. God, what a movie! It had Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy, Wong, and Matt Murdock, and Tobey Maguire. And Jamie Foxx. What else do we want here?
What else can we ask for here? Nothing.
What an ensemble.
Do we like the fact that Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme on a technicality?
It's very appropriate. I feel like that is the only way Wong could get such an honor.
Taking a huge shit on Wong's capabilities.
Yeah, sorry.
Do we want? Also very poetic that Andrew Garfield saves MJ.
Yeah.
When he let Gwen Stacy get #crack-egged.
Yeah, that was cute. They had a lot of moments like that were like cute little throwbacks and fixing things, and they had little moments with their villains and stuff. It was nice. It was a good movie. That's what I'll say. So Spider-Man No Way Home.
I'll agree with you on that one, Santa.
I'll put that one on the nice list of movies.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll probably rank it 4th of all time for me in the MCU.
What would you put ahead of it?
In no order, I would probably definitely put Guardians ahead of it, maybe Thor Ragnarok, and then probably one of the Avengers,
Yeah, I'd put Endgame, Infinity War, Iron Man, Spider-Man Homecoming, Winter Soldier, Guardians, and the first Avengers above it. But out of 31 movies and Disney Plus shows, number 8 ain't a bad spot to be in. I'm just saying.
It is not. In a franchise with a lot of very good movies.
Yeah. Honestly, on my list here, like, I don't think any of these movies are bad until you get basically to like number 30 and 31. And even Captain Marvel isn't that terrible. But anyway, so yeah. That was No Way Home.
Heavy shade at the bottom. Even Captain Marvel is not awful.
So now ho ho ho. Guess what I got? I got your favorite segment, Freddie. I'm Santa. Here it's time for.
Oh, could it be the Tom Canoes?
No, actually, it's the announcements
and
such.
We're skipping it this week.
God, the day we do that is the day I don't know. I don't know what I'll do.
I don't know what I'll do.
All right, well,
combust probably.
Ooh, we got a couple of Tom Cruise things. We got something about Tom Cruise's cake. And I'm not talking about food. No. What is this?
I mean, food for some.
Tom Cruise, what is he doing here? So there's something about Tom Cruise cake. The famous Christmas cake from Tom Cruise. This is a flying cakes across continents. What the fuck?
This sounds like a fever dream that you're reading out to me. Tom Cruise flies cakes across continents.
Every Christmas, the actor sends an extreme white chocolate coconut gâteau to close friends. I don't know why I said gâteau, like a not French person.
Gâteau!
Gâteau! By private jet. This year, those friends include me. Twice. Alright, nice flex, Stewart Heritage of The Guardian. I mean, we don't care if you're friends with Tom Cruise. Sorry.
Damn, you've just
Sorry.
you just all over Stuart and his like most proud accomplishment.
Sorry,
in
I'm
life.
just jealous. You are living a great life. Not that I'm not living a great life, but yours includes friendship with Tom Cruise, so.
But yours is way better, clearly. So you know.
So apparently he sends his friends cake. He also sent one to Haley Atwell. I wouldn't eat the cake. I wouldn't put it past Cruise to poison it. I'm just saying.
He's definitely fiddled with it. I don't know about poison, but something sketchy doth happen.
He's probably just put like some of his like
Pubes.
dog's hair. And I was trying to go a more classy route. You took it a nasty route.
But I kind of like it.
But devious Santa is kind of enjoying. So yeah, anyway, I guess that's nice.
That is got to be the grossest thing you've ever said.
Yeah, this is not a good one.
But devious Santa kind of like.
this is we need to, New Year's resolution. We need to like clean up the pot a bit and not have it be like this because
I thoroughly disagree.
We don't have to clean it up.
Devious Santa does not like this.
In terms of like overall, I just feel like raunchiness maybe we turn down just a tiny bit because I feel like we've gotten a little too comfortable here. And someday we're going to look back on this and be like, this was a mistake.
I'm still very on edge whenever we record.
Well, anyway, now it's time for the announcements and such. We're going to record it right now because I said so. It's Monday, December 20th when we're recording this. So, let's see. Movie Guy asked if we would riot if Charlie Cox isn't in No Way Home. Now, we're now out of the spoiler section for No Way Home, so we can't say whether or not he is. So I guess I'll just leave that to your imagination.
I'll just say, whether he is or isn't, if he was not, I would/did riot.
There we go. Yep, there you go. So, if you would/did have seen Freddy on the news in the streets with a pitchfork, that was why.
It's because there was no Cox on my screen.
Cian appreciated the debut of the red arrow in my thumbnail for my Hawkeye video. I appreciate you noticing that, Cian. It still did some stinky views, though, so clearly it didn't work. But, live and learn. And then...
the bitter crumble of a career.
So it's been
Thank you for noticing that little thing I've done here. It still did all for my monetary funds.
So it's been a little bit, not necessarily like, in every respect, but in terms of subscriber growth and average view count, not been the hottest month on the BHL channel, I'm not going to lie. So, we're going to spice it up in 2022, hopefully. But anyway.
You need to go more raunchy on the BHL channel.
Clearly. And then also on my Iron Man chronology, which is doing quite well, so I appreciate that. Not that I only care about the views. Anyway, Jonathan Holmes wrote, I can't wait for you to do one of these for Trevor Slattery. So I thought that was a good comment. And then...
a Trevor Slattery chronology video.
Honestly...
Jenny, you should do that. That'd be very niche.
I'm not even kidding. I might end up doing that.
I'm not even kidding. I would watch the shit out of that.
Then on the pod, Cian says, I stand with BHL's Ghostbusters Afterlife opinions. Let's go.
Okay, a fan?
Yes. Joe C says, not gonna lie, was looking forward to this more than No Way Home. More than No Way Home, and it was worth it. Funniest episode ever. Also, no hate on your Ghostbusters Afterlife opinion. Lol. Thank you, Joe C. For retracting your Ghostbusters hate, but also, or if you ever had hate, I don't know. But also, thanks for saying that the pod was good. Also, yeah, no one hated. We all have our opinions, so I don't know why I said you didn't retract anything. It's all good.
I feel like a lot of people have been saying that the latest episodes have been their favorite ever. And I'm like,
yeah.
Damn.
So
we straight killing the game.
But this one, where I'm still Santa Claus, and I'm reading these comments out of my magic Santa book, I don't think this will be anyone's favorite. This will be one that will be banned in multiple countries.
In fairness, the Christmas ones are always shit shows.
Yeah. Well, we got the proper Christmas one coming up next week with our award show.
Oh, right. Isn't that more of a New Year's show, in fairness?
Yeah, that's a New Year's show, but we kind of do it Christmassy. I put Christmas hats on everyone in the thumbnail.
Okay.
Daniel says, some of my most anticipated films would be The Batman, Mission Impossible 7, Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse 2, Knives Out 2, Creed 3, John Wick 4, and many more. Yeah, same here. Those are some of my most anticipated. P.S. Really funny episode. There were some moments that made my sides hurt from laughing, especially when you're talking about the movie Dog, and weirdly made me interested. Not enough film, but in your guys'
Goodness.
fantasy version of the film. And it makes up
We
for the
should absolutely
Ghostbusters.
we should write a fanfic.
I'm just saying, it almost needs to happen. And it makes up for the Ghostbusters Afterlife hate. Keep it up the great work. Thank you, Daniel. Really appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed. Anurag says, I think BHL and Freddy would actually love Scream. Fair enough. Maybe we should give that a shout. You know.
Okay.
Kian says, who ga? Not quite sure what this is in a reference to, but I like it.
But I do appreciate the sentiment.
And Cal W says, I lose brain cells when I watch this podcast, but in a good way. So I think that's a very accurate review of the pod, honestly.
I think so as well. I think that is truer words have never been written.
And then that's about it. There also the fan page is linked down below. And you can check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, where Spotify just today, they sent me an email today, introduced the concept of rating podcasts. So you can now actually rate our podcast 5 stars on Spotify. Freddie, you better do that.
Oh my goodness. I'm literally on it right now.
So go rate our podcast 5 stars on Spotify and or on Apple Podcasts. Both would be nice, but wherever you listen, of course. And if you're listening there, we're on YouTube, the Poorly Planned Podcast. Please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell button, comment your thoughts on what we talked about down below, and that's about it. So, yeah. So, ho, ho, ho. I'm so happy I could deliver so much Christmas cheer to this wonderful household and this fully grown adult man who does a podcast called Frederick. What a great time this was.
Thank you, Santa. You've really made my evening.
So I feel like at this point...
do please remember to put clothes on next time.
I also feel like at this point your house is like half burned down to the ground. There's like bullet holes in the walls for some reason. I feel like it's just been an absolute Santa rampage. Santage throughout the...
Santage out of control.
By the way, also, I'm not going to lie, and I know this is not saying much because, like, still, relatively speaking, the views of the pod are very minor, but the views have been pretty damn good for us lately. I'm not gonna lie.
They have been.
I'm just saying we're crossing into like the 200 regions on a lot of pods.
Consistently. Before we had more, then we had a break, then we came back, and now we're consistently like the 250 kind of thing.
Yeah, we're working our way back up. So I appreciate that, guys. So if you want to recommend the pod, probably don't recommend people to start on this episode. I certainly. Oh God, people I know listen to this. I just remembered. What a horrible revelation to have after this pod. I just realized that like everyone in my film class knows I have this, and some of them listen. Some of my friends.
Someone will hear your pervy Santa jokes.
No. Anyway, living. It is. What it is.
I just see B stars Ben and Fred watch part 2, 72 views.
That's so deserved. I'm not gonna lie.
That hurts, guys. Can we bump those numbers up, please?
But
I like how 104 people watched the first one, and then 32 people decided that they did not want to spend 4 extra minutes watching the second part.
They thought, nah, this could not be worth it.
This cannot be worth it.
And also, I have to say, part 2 is definitely better than part 1. I'm just saying. So if you watched part 1, part 2 might be.
You're kind of missing out. Those 72 people are having the time of their lives.
And yeah, so ho ho ho, I'm gonna get in my sleigh and fly away from here before I presumably get arrested for numerous things we mentioned in this pod. So ho ho ho, where are my keys? Merry Christmas, everyone.
There his balls go again.
But in all seriousness, hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. Thank you for...
Or Hanukkah.
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry, yeah. Or anything you celebrate. Have a happy holidays. This is going up on Christmas Eve, and tomorrow's Christmas Day, so sleep well, everyone, and it'll be a happy Christmas, and or, holidays tomorrow.
Yeah.
And have every time.
Have a good one in general, guys.
Just have a good time. And yeah, we'll do the full, end of year recap next time, so yeah. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson. Bye, Santa. That's so nice. Oh, what'd I miss? I'm back. Who was Santa here? That's so weird. Anyway, you can find me on YouTube.
What just happened?
BHL
What just happened?
I don't know. I think I decided that for some reason I wasn't here. Like, BHL Hudson wasn't here this whole time. This was Santa. I should have done that from the beginning. But Santa
Okay.
actually hit me with a brick in the back of the head, and I've been just lying unconscious.
That was caught by Matt Murdock.
Yeah, Matt Murdock threw it over to Santa, and then he clocked me with it. And you can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com. Ho, ho, ho.
You can find me on Twitter at FTK_DollSniper. You can find me on Instagram at Fidalgard. And you can find me on YouTube at FTK Space a Gaming.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will Christmas you next time.
Ho 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 Santa. No.
Emphasis on that. Santa.